All right, guys, barely 24 hours after appeal court affirms IPOB as terrorist organization. Nnamdi Kanu don't drop bombshell. This one self just tire Nigerian government. They never expected this. Maybe they thought, the way they are going about the Biafra agitations and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu matter, it go really weaken this guy. But I'm telling you, they have just given him a red wine. This red wine is just like a booster, motivation booster. So what Nigerian government just did, according to Nnamdi Kanu, they don't boost his morale to make sure that this Biafra must be achieved, no matter how they go about it. I don't talk this matter tire that the government of Nigeria should look into this issue. It's not by, using might against agitators. Look into the root of agitations if they really want to solve these issues. Welcome back to Prospect Channels TV. Thank you for stopping by. If you just join us for the first time, I beg subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Share this video, make it go viral, so that Biafrans, the love of Biafrans, okay, the love of freedoms, freedom I mean to say, we understand what is happening today. Nnamdi Kanu, who is the embattled leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, he has vowed to challenge the recent ruling by the Court of Appeal in Abuja, which upheld IPOB prescription as a terrorist organization. Kanu ascertained that the judgment would be contested within the framework of the law, emphasizing that it failed to meet the constitutional and statutory requirements set forth by Nigerian law. On Thursday, the Abuja division of the Court of Appeal affirmed the decision made by Justice Adu Kafarati of the Federal High Court, Abuja, which officially proscribed IPOB and labeled it a terrorist organization. The three-member panel of the Court of Appeal unanimously agreed with the federal government's legal representative, arguing that the government acted within the bounds of the law in its decision to ban IPOB. The court maintained that IPOB's activities threatened national security and the unity of Nigeria. Kanu, however, strongly criticized the ruling, arguing that the process through which IPOB was prescribed was flawed. He pointed out that the Federal High Court prescription order was obtained through an ex parte application, meaning the government secured the ruling without giving IPOB the opportunity to represent his defense. According to Kanu, the law requires such a ruling to be made following a full hearing in chambers, ensuring that both parties have the opportunity to be heard. Kanu represented those views during a routine meeting with his legal team led by the lead counsel Aloy Jimako at the Department of State Service DSS facility in Abuja. Following the meeting, Ejimako released a statement outlining Kanu's stance on the ruling and his plans for legal recourse. Ejimako's statement quoted Kanu as saying that the ruling would live in infamy and that IPOB would resist through all available legal means, both within Nigeria and at the international level. Kanu emphasized that the judgment violated constitutional provisions and fundamental legal principles. He argued that the public to consider the irregularities in the case, including the fact that IPOB was proscribed without a fair hearing. Furthermore, Kanu and his legal team raised concerns about the legality of the prescription order, arguing that it was signed by the late Abba Kyari rather than the sitting president at the time, Muhammadu Buhari. According to them, this procedural flaw further undermines the legitimacy of the government's action against IPOB. While the Court of Appeal acknowledged some of these concerns, it still dismissed the appeal on the grounds that national security considerations justify an exception to constitutional provisions. Kanu questioned the national security justification for IPOB's prescription in 2017, arguing that the decision specifically targeted the Igbo people. He maintained that the Nigerian constitution lays out a clear process for suspending constitutional provisions in cases of national security threats, but that process was not followed in IPOB's case. Despite the setback at the Court of Appeal, Kanu reassured the supporters that the ruling would not have any significant impact on his legal team, which escalated the matter to the Supreme Court, which serves as the highest judiciary authority in Nigeria. Additionally, he warned that any individual or entity that attempted to exploit the Court of Appeal's ruling to justify legal or constitutional harm against him or the Igbo people would face legal consequences. Kanu also cautioned against labeling him a terrorist based on the appeal court's ruling. He insisted that until a final decision is made by the Supreme Court or less he is officially convicted as a terrorist, no one should refer to him as such. He stressed that anyone spreading defamatory claims about him or IPOB will be met with swift legal action. In conclusion, my people, Kanu condemned the ruling as yet another example of the systematic marginalization of the Igbo people within Nigeria. So he argued that denying IPOB a fair hearing and then endorsing that denial through judiciary means was an unacceptable preservation of justice. He vowed that this decision would not stand and reaffirmed his commitment to resisting it through every legal avenue available. So, guys, you've all heard it now. What Mazen Namdekano have said concerning the appeal court ruling on IPOB as a terrorist organization. At the drop and for here, I beg, share your thoughts below the comment section. Thank you and bye for now.